In November 9th, 1943, the Resistance in Belgium produced this newspaper, which was a reaction to all the Nazi propaganda that the Nazis were publishing because they had taken over the newspapers. This is the real deal. This is from 1943, and it's come into our shop to be reframed and to be archivally framed. Our concern now is if you look at it, the glass is pressing against it, and it also has glass on the back, which we are going to do, but it's been squished between two pieces of glass. So our hope now is that it has not stuck to the glass. And our next thing you're going to see is us finishing the project of taking this apart and hoping it's not stuck. All right, now we're going to take the whole thing out. All right, so here it is squished between the glass. What you don't want to do is just pull the glass off real fast. I don't think it looks like it's stuck, but we're going to go nice and slow. Good, it was not stuck there. Now we're just going to see if it wants to move, and it does. Very lucky it did not stick to the glass, and I think we're ready to take the next step on this project. So this really old, unique newspaper is finally framed. It's in a Nielsen metal frame, and I say this a lot, it presented some challenges. First of all, you really don't want anything squished between glass. And if you remember when this came in, it was pressed between two pieces of glass. There is now a spacer on front which keeps the front glass from touching the piece. Now, the piece is resting on a piece of glass on the back, but we talked to the conservator, the great conservator, and he said, put Mylar over the glass, which is a completely inert plastic product. So this has glass, Mylar, and then the piece. So that's safe. There's a spacer so the front is safe. And then the other challenge was, since he wants to be able to see both sides, we didn't want a wire going across here. So, how did I make this little hanging system here? Well, I drilled 2 holes into the Nielsen metal frame, and I don't have a lot of room in here to work, so I couldn't pull this string underneath because it attaches inside and tie a knot. What I did was I took the 2 pieces of string and kept them very flat next to each other and wrapped them really tight with thread. So they're really held together with a lot of pressure from thread. So that's how I kept it flat enough to fit in the frame. And it hangs beautifully. And one final note, which we don't want to forget about, is the edges of the metal hole are rough, and over time they could cut through the string. So this is a piece of black mat board, which is acting like a little grommet. So the string is rubbing up against this, not up against the sharp edge of the frame. And I think, as I always say, we're going to have a very happy client.